Well, are you recycling correctly? You might think that you are, but odds are you're not. And it's costing Mecklenburg County millions of dollars every single year. Meteorologist Elisa Raffa toured the county's recycling facility, and she found out they're now preparing for a major multi-million-dollar upgrade.
20 tons of our waste clanks, moves, and shakes every hour on more than 100 different conveyor belts at Mecklenburg County's material recycling facility that's more lovingly called the MRF. But while recycling is in its name,
somebody somewhere thinks that this is recyclable. This is not recyclable.
It poses the biggest headache for workers.
This is something that should have never been delivered to the MRF. It will be one of those non-program materials that gets returned to the landfill.
The director of solid waste management, Jeff Smithberger, gets frustrated, not just at the things that aren't supposed to be here,
but we have to pay to get rid of the glass because this glass is still dirty.
But the condition they come in.
Everything that comes in here gets processed and goes back out. So think of this as just an intermediary processing station. Folks, to visually see
each dump truck unloads 8 tons of waste. Everything from cardboard to plastic and aluminum.
This is one of the sorting cabins.
It then treks down the conveyor belts to be separated.
So again, there's been a shutdown. Not sure why, but the plant shut down for some reason.
Until they abruptly stop. Again. And again. And again.
When one thing stops, it causes the whole thing to stop.
Everything at a screeching halt at least 4 times in our 60-minute visit. The sorters pull anything off the conveyor belt that's not supposed to be there, from plastic bags to wire hangers and Christmas ornaments. But there's so much imposter garbage, it gets stuck in the machinery.
One of the operators could have pulled one of the emergency stops,
shutting down the facility and stopping work.
Or one of the pieces of equipment could have gotten so contaminated or fouled that it's causing one of the maintenance people to have to go check on it.
This plant is supposed to run 6 hours a day.
Any given day, we're generally down about 170 minutes for unanticipated maintenance issues associated with things that are non-program materials.
But nearly half of that time is lost simply because we are not recycling right.
People putting large pieces of wood or metal or plastic bags or other things.
I saw everything from shingles to crates and cords, even bubble wrap on the line.
And you can see how things like CDs, which should never be coming to this facility, get stuck in the crevices and the cracks of things. So our staff have to consciously and continuously go through and remove things that shouldn't be there.
Plastic bags are the facility's biggest problem.
These screens do not work the way they're supposed to when they get wrapped up with plastic bags.
These gears are unrecognizable, wrapped in multiple layers of thin film that need to be cut off by hand.
We want to make sure that people understand that prohibitive items have a real impact on our operation.
Their problem with plastic is only getting worse and more expensive,
which translates back into our costs and the cost that all residents pay for this process.
More than 20% of the garbage that comes into the recycling facility is wish-cycled, meaning it's not actually recyclable, we just hope and assume it is. Sorting and disposing those misfits costs Mecklenburg County $1.9 million a year.
An average of 375 tons of what's hopefully our recyclable garbage comes through this facility every single day. Once it gets sorted through the line, it winds up here, where it gets packaged and marketed by its material, either cardboard, plastic, or aluminum, and then gets sold and hopefully becomes something else.
But it can't get sold if it's not the right material. This is why the city just approved a $25 million upgrade to help this old newspaper recycling center keep up with plastic by growing the machinery from 3 arms to 17.
The 17 will allow us to better be able to separate and classify the materials both by their material type and their material color, where we can't do that in this plant.
More precise and more robust sorting will also mean less breakdowns and stop time on the line.
Do you think it is recyclable? Raise your hand.
But the machinery can't solve all our problems. The first step to resolving the facility's headaches
It's very wishful recycling.
starts at home.
People are surprised and amazed when they realize that just because it's got a recycle number, they think it can be recycled, like your yogurt cup. And they're like, I thought that was always recyclable. And it is recyclable, but it's not recycled.
Tony Dobson is the vice chair of Charlotte Surfrider, a local nonprofit putting up a fight against plastic pollution.
All berry containers, the plastic ones, are not recyclable anymore in Mecklenburg County.
The organization held a class to help educate people on what goes in your green bins
I wish everything we threw in there would be recycled.
and what doesn't.
It's a very eye-opening experience, like hearing some of the stuff that you thought you was doing was correct is probably not really all the way correct.
You'd be surprised what's on the don't list, like plastic bags and shredded paper. Batteries can start severe fires at the plant. Plastic takeout containers, even the ones that hold grocery store fruit, are also not recyclable. The only plastic that should go curbside is a jug or bottle with a neck. Cardboard must be flattened, and pizza boxes must be clean. If there's too much grease, it cannot be reused.
Recycling is great, but obviously our, ultimate goal is reducing and reduction, right? It's better to not have that plastic bag, not have that plastic bottle, go reusable.
The Break Free from Pollution Act is a federal push to not only reduce personal use, but include producer responsibility.
Our county and local governments are all tasked with the financial implications of having to do all this recycling, and they are completely scot-free on it.
Unfortunately, the manufacturers that generally make plastic products that are good for them in marketing, good for them in shipping, but very bad for us in being able to have a circular economy or to recycle.
This leaves recycling plants like ours in Mecklenburg County constantly behind the times, reacting to new materials with old machinery.
There are just too many various different types of cheaply made plastics that don't have an end use for reuse.
The county works with the Product Stewardship Institute, a nonprofit that tries to get manufacturers to understand the challenges at the facility level and educate people about the problematic persistence of plastic.
And making sure that you as a consumer make your voice known to the manufacturers, because it is 100% imperative that somebody buy the products that we reclaim from the recycling market.
Big production choosing cheaply made plastics, incorrectly marketed as recyclable, in colors facilities can't sell, puts a burden here at home. But our future cannot just be about recycling right.
The future that we're investing in is one that will allow us to be able to separate more materials than we can separate today and more flexibly adapt to marketplace changes.
But recycling with resilience. Meteorologist Elisa Raffa, Queen City News.